Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with Rogue Community College and the outstanding sponsors who make these presentations possible. Joe Brett is our executive producer. I'm Jim McCoy with Taylor Franklin at the camera, coming to you live from Lithia Driveway Field number 10 in Medford, Oregon. We thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon, featuring the Titans of Lane Community College and the host Ospreys of Rogue Community College. Today's matchup features a pair of South Region rivals in their league opener. The Titans come in with a 1-1 record with a 1-0 win over North Idaho and a 1-0 loss to Walla Walla. Last season, Lane compiled an overall record of 4-6-2, placing them fourth in the NWAC South Region. As we stand today, the Ospreys are 2-2 after a pair of losses at the NWAC friendlies a couple of weeks ago in the Seattle area. Rogue is now 2-2 after weekend road wins over North Idaho and Spokane. Last season, the Ospreys were 6-2-2 in conference play, finishing second, but making an historic run that culminated in the program's first Final Four appearance in the playoffs. Rogue swept Lane during the regular season by scores of 3-2 and 2-1. It's a new season. Record-setting striker Joel Sarad is now playing at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and a number of other fine players from last year's team have moved on, providing opportunity for returning players and incoming freshmen to step up. As for the Titans, they have their share of experience. Like the Rogues, they have 12 sophomores on the roster. Among them are some players that are familiar to fans here in Southern Oregon. Daniel Ortiz from North Medford, plus Carson Pendel, Milan Pyle, and Michael Holden of Ashland. It's very early in the season, so in a way you can think of this as an assessment test. The components are there. It's all a matter of finding where they fit and finding the right combinations. Coming up on the other side of this break, we'll bring you each team's starting 11. It's the Titans and the Ospreys on TableRockSports.net.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first-name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do, and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Fuel up for your race day adventures with Pinnacle 365. Pit for your early morning caffeine fix to help you get off to a good start and be rewarded with free motivation. Stay hydrated as you ride into Turn 2. And if fountain drinks are your thing, get your 6th free. Add Crunch to your lunch as you head into Turn 3. Fuel up for the remainder of the race with your Peak Rewards app and save at least 16 cents a gallon. Your daily journey to the winner's circle starts at Pinnacle 365.
You do when you don't know the first step in applying for Social Security disability? It's easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
There's a time machine that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Now we'll bring you the starting lineups for today's contest. The starting lineups, part of our pregame, is brought to you by Bill's Glass. Bill's Glass is the clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. Let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Titans, at goalkeeper will be Tristan McMahon. He'll be joined on the back line by Seda Taguchi, Nicholas Hensel, Michael Holden, and Dan Latinovich. The midfielders, Ryan Cruz, Carson Pindell, Cy Bliss. Also at midfield, Cameron Jeffrey and Walter Russell, and the striker, Yuki Yamaguchi. Coaching for Lane Community College is Max Sampson. Now let's meet the starters for the RCC Ospreys. At goalkeeper will be Giovanni Rodriguez. Over at right back will be Dane Kubo. The center backs, Reese Fletcher and Albert Barrias. Over on the other side will be Francisco Barboa. Midfielders are Brandon Mendez, Zach Olson, and Isaac Herrera. The wings, Randy Rodriguez and Bryce McCole. The center forward will be Victor Martinez. The Ospreys, as you can see the teams now doing the walkout, lining up at midfield. The Ospreys coached by Greg Millick in his 7th year at the helm for this Ospreys program that has been just going for just under the last decade. As I mentioned earlier, Rogue making a semifinal run at NWAC. However, Lane has always been a tough opponent for the Rogues, and we expect no different today. A defensive-minded team that while they've only scored 1 goal in 2 games, they've only surrendered 1 goal in a couple of games. Our expectation as we go into the game, they'll put numbers to the ball anytime that the Rogues, or the Ospreys, shall we say, are on the attack. The Ospreys, led by Joel Sarad, who had 20 goals last year, maybe have a reputation for being a strong attacking team. But you don't get that far without playing some defense, so it should be a very well-played, very even match. A little bit of cloud cover here at game time in the lower 80s. Their quality index is at moderate. Match is underway. Up the right side it goes for Rodriguez, who gets his noggin on it. It'll go out of bounds. And it'll be Titans' throw. Taken away by Rodriguez, wearing number 17. Up the field it goes. Up the left side, Francisco Barboa. Ball will roll harmlessly out of bounds. The Ospreys, along with the Titans, going with more of that traditional 4-3-3 alignment with 4 in the back. Official rule, last touched by the Ospreys. Corner kick. First one of the game for the Titans. Shot from the far right side, kick, and a nice save there by Giovanni Rodriguez. Dangerous play if you're an Ospreys fan. And the Titans will attempt another corner. Across the net it goes. It's cleared away by the Ospreys. Upfield it goes for Bryce McCole. Getting a foot on it, tapping it out of bounds. Seda Taguchi. Ospreys throw. Switch it across. Reese Fletcher over to the far side of the field. Takeaway by the Titans. Quickly up the field it goes to Cruz. Cruz met in the corner by Kubo. Also there for the Ospreys is Isaac Herrera. Throw from the near side. Taking care of it is Michael Holden. Ball across the field. Out of bounds it'll go. So here early on, we're 3 minutes into the match. Pretty well living on the Titans side of the field. Long throw, but there to intercept is Rodriguez. He'll go ahead and clear it out. Little meeting there out at midfield. Kubo going to send it back to his goalkeeper. Fletcher, after he's met by a Titan player, will work it back. Fletcher from Southern California, one of the new arrivals for the Rogues this season. 12 sophomores on Greg Millick's roster. Fletcher from California. Ospreys trying to make something happen up the left side. Tumbling out of bounds is Albert Barrias. RCC throw. Well, actually, they're going to do a free kick from back there. Try to center it, looking for Victor Martinez. And Cruz with it, being picked up by Zach Olson. He'll go ahead and dish it back to Walter Russell. Up the left side comes Holden. Former Ashland Grizzly. So he's back in some familiar environs. Out the far left, trying to run it down, is Yuki Yamaguchi. We'll set up for a free kick. Number 10 for Lane Community College is Carson Pindell. Actually, that is a corner kick. Kick across the face of the net. It's cleared out. Good play defensively by the Ospreys. Laying it off is McCole. Well, Lane gets it back. Good hard kick from long range by the Titans. Lane with a couple of looks early on in the match. Now trying to run under the long passes. Victor Martinez cutting him off. For the Titans is Latinovich. Lane with momentary control. Switch it over for Holden. Holden looking upfield for his old high school teammate, Pendel. Little foot race going on between Pendel and Francisco Berboa. You're just joining a scoreless match. 8th minute of the game. Russell once again. Rodriguez has been busy back in the net here early on in the ball game. Ball hops over the fence. Give us a little bit of breathing room. Expecting this might have the look of a grinded out affair. Play in front of the net. Osprey fans looking for a whistle that they didn't get. There's Kubo headed out of there, looking in the direction of Rodriguez, who tussles with Cruz for the rock. Cross field it goes. Latinovich trying to run it down. It'll be Osprey throw. Albert Barrios getting ready to toss it in. Martinez with it. Looking upfield. Out on the wing on the right side, he had Randy Rodriguez. Kind of a mixture of local and out-of-town guys. Rodriguez grew up here locally, graduate of Phoenix High School. Up the field is Cruz, wheeling and dealing out of the back third. Laying it off is Cy Bliss. Kick by Yamaguchi, deflected off of an Osprey defender. Ball out of bounds for a Rogue goal kick. Fletcher takes it out of the back. Glances off the foot of Barrios. Clear defensively for the Ospreys. Running up to it is Victor Martinez. Holden sends it back to his goalkeeper, McMahon. Ball goes out of bounds, over the fence, out onto the road. Ospreys with the throw. Looking for Martinez. He's going to try to settle it. Couple of back defenders back there with him. And again, it seems like no matter where the ball goes, that the Titans try to get numbers back there. Defensive-minded approach. Goal kick. Barrios is back there, Pindell and Fletcher for the Ospreys. Off the foot of the freshman, it goes out of bounds. Now Fletcher back there to contest it. Pindell trying to plead his case. Ospreys get it back. Olson, wearing number 12, out of Grant's pass. Sophomore. Now up the sideline, Kubo tries to run it down. Back there with them is Seda Taguchi. He's just a little ways out of town. Taguchi from Tokyo, Japan. Latinovich, way upfield. Rodriguez calls for it. Up the field to McCole. McCole up the sideline. And out of bounds it goes. Fletcher, right at the very first match of the season when they scrimmaged against OIT, had kind of a buzz cut going, just recently dyed it blonde. Almost kind of has that Eminem look going. Meanwhile, action up the field. We have a man down for Rogue. Ferreira getting up. Doesn't look too worse for wear. And play continues. 14:22 into the match. The 15th minute, if you will. Russell, way upfield in front of everybody. Out of bounds it goes. Kick upfield. We have McCole contending for it along with Nicholas Hensel. McCole upfield. Trips over a lane defender. And it'll be Titan ball. Burboa swings it right now into the interior for Olson. Olson looking for Rodriguez, but there's the goalkeeper, McMahon. Just right at the edge of the box. Long clear. Fletcher there gets ahead on it. Long, tall Carson Pindell there for the Titans. Trying to make a play there for the Titans. Cy Bliss, 6'2" forward out of South Eugene. Good hustle there, just couldn't make it happen. Fletcher, upfield, Olson now over across from us. Ospreys trying to get a little control here. Against this kind of defense, I expect the Ospreys probably try to do a lot of one-touch and two-touch movement. Fletcher with the throw. In for Martinez. Back it goes to Fletcher. Back there wearing number 3 for the Rogues, that is Brandon Mendez. Ospreys on the move, looking inside. McCole maintains possession. Through the legs of the official to Olson. Olson, a little left-footed touch. Looked like he might have been looking for a cutter there, but the opportunity did not materialize. Upfield, getting ahead on it there for Yamaguchi. Whistle against the Ospreys. Free kick. 25 is Michael Holden. He walks past. And a guy we've seen put some good leg on a ball is the sophomore midfielder, Walter Russell. There with him is Dan Latinovich. Right-footed boot. Deflected. Yamaguchi tries to get a tap on it, but there's Rodriguez. Goes upfield left for McCole. Kind of see the little triangle there. Now Fletcher upfield. Trying to run up to it is Martinez. Little foot race with Latinovich. '20th minute of the match. Scoreless affair between the Titans and Ospreys. Last year, the finals on both games won by Rogue were 3-2 and 2-1. Rodriguez tries to make a play, can't get there. Defense back there for the Titans. Booting it is Kubo. And he clears everything over the crossbar, and it will be a Titan goal kick. Kubo, set for the throw, runs into it, delivers. Looking for McCole there. Now Mendez. Cruz out of midfield up the right side. Works at center for Cameron Jeffrey. Quickly upfield, Martinez going to try to run up to it. He's got good speed, but the touch just a little bit heavy. McMahon with the send over to Latinovich. Now we have Kubo and Yamaguchi fighting for the ball. Rodriguez uses the touch on it. Yamaguchi. But a high pop-up kick. A little deflection on that by a lane player off the foot of Fletcher. Got a little breeze kicking up right now. Take the little edge off the heat. Enough cloud cover that when the clouds come over, we get a little relief, and then it quickly warms up once the sun pops back out. Holden, met by Rodriguez. They played together with Rogue Valley Timbers for a time a couple of years ago. We'll have subs coming into the game for Lane. Yamaguchi will come out of the contest. Titan forward. Looks like we also have Cruz coming out. Can't quite get those numbers. We'll have them for you as soon as possible. Into the game. One of the substitutions, Hector Fandino from Willamette High School. As you can see on your John L. Scott RCC scoreboard, scoreless ball game, about halfway through the first half. Player down, that's Barrios, but he quickly pops back up. Takes a look at his left leg. Free kick on the infraction. Long kick in. Goes across the face of the goal there to run it down is McMahon. And they'll work it over for Fandino, who just got into the ball game. Also in the ball game for the Titans is Joe Hanamoto. Hanamoto actually on the run right now wearing number 9. Upfield it goes. Hanamoto getting a little track practice in. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Titan throw. Fletcher trying to break that up. Kubo there. Foul called against the Ospreys. Looking over at their sideline, you can see some substitutions starting to warm up. Free kick. Can't see the number, but that does look like Russell over there. Wall of 4 set up for Rodriguez. Close call. That just did hit the crossbar. And that'll set up a corner kick. Close call there for the Titans, and once again, knocking on the door. Ball remains in front of the net, but Rodriguez is there to clear it. And he's looking for men upfield. Throws it out for McCole. They're breaking it up. Good play defensively by Nicholas Hensel. And it looks like here at this point, with the temperatures being what they are today, that they will take opportunity at an appropriate time for a water break. So that'll give us an opportunity to break away momentarily, recognize our sponsors, and then we'll be back with more action here on TableRockSports.net.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one, only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive US Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back at Lithium Driveway Field number 10 in Medford, it's a scoreless ball game. 28th minute of the contest. Breaking up, the pass intended for Martinez is Walter Russell. Mendez up the field looking for Martinez. You can tell the Ospreys, they like to get it upfield with the speed that they have. Like that aggressive counterattack. Shots have been relatively few and far between in the contest. Holden with a little move on Rodriguez. They're trying to break it up is Randy, and there Fletcher is to get it away for McCole. Switches it over for Rodriguez. Taps it back. Upfield looking for Victor Martinez. Can't get it in time, and the ball goes out of bounds. Titan throw. Foul called against the Ospreys. Barbosa there with the contact. That'll set a free kick up for Carson Pindell. Carson, graduate of Ashland High School. Really shot up in his last couple of years of high school to his current height of 6'4". Gives you a nice big target in the attack. Good ball handler. Fletcher. Looking upfield. Trying to chase it down as Martinez. Barrios there. Getting past him is Pindell. Showing off some of that fancy footwork. Whistle stopping play. Much of the chagrin of the Lane Community College Titans. .30-minute mark of the first half. Scoreless ball game. Tries to work it over to the right sideline for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the second leading scorer on the Ospreys last year with 9 on the season. Trying to get a shot on it is Martinez. Looked like he'd have a good look there, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Titans. Pindell met there by Olsen. Ball goes out of bounds. Mendez will switch it over for Fletcher. Up the sideline. He'll take care of the throw. Martinez, shorter than his man, can't quite get there. Pindell. Mendez there. Moves it upfield. To Bliss. And it'll be goal kick for the Ospreys. Kubo. Inside he goes. McCole. Met there by the Titans' Cameron Jeffrey. He's able to bound back up. Titans with possession. Right side they go. He's looking long upfield, but a bit in front of his intended target. Clearing away, that looked like Barrios there for the Ospreys. Herrera swings it past McCole. McCole closing in on the net. He shoots. Deflected by the Titans. Another chance, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like we have substitutions coming in. Rodriguez will come out of the match. Kubo going to try to run it down. Little pitch and catch in front of the Ospreys net. Fletcher on the move. Dishes off up the sideline. And goes down for Lane. Olsen with the pass up the far sideline looking for McCole. McCole, little battle going on there to try to keep possession. Then the shot. And it is tipped away. Be a corner for the Ospreys. Bryce McCole, originally from New York, attended Delphian School up in the northern part of the state. Corner kick. Into traffic it goes. Mendoza trying to run it down. And it's touched by Burboa and the Ospreys. Inside of 9 minutes to go, free kick. Mendez with the left footer. There to catch the pop-up is McMahon. Hit upfield, Hector Fandino. He's looking for Yamaguchi, who's back into the match. And there is Fandino once again. Try to work it middle. Fletcher's there for the clear. Back there on it is Hanamoto. It'll roll harmlessly to the turf. Osprey goal kick. Into the ball game for the Ospreys. That number 11 is Ricardo Escobar. And for Rodriguez, looks like we've got another substitution into the ball game. Holden will take care of the throw for the men in blue. Looks like we've got Rodriguez being tended to over by the Ospreys net. Trainer attending to him. While they take care of that, let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. Scoreless ball game between the Ospreys and the Titans. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
So Rodriguez will end up coming out of the ball game. May have been a case of him cramping up, which is something that is a possibility on a day like this. Juan Hernandez will take his place. Mendez for the Ospreys. Fletcher with it now. Hernandez will get a touch. Coach Millick, a lot of depth at goalkeeper. McCall with the ball, weaves his way through traffic there for a moment. Lane there with the defense. Cruz goes on the attack. Into the 42nd minute of the match. No doubt there will be a little bit of stoppage time. Probably not a ton, but Osprey defenders trying to fight forward against the taller players for Lane. Ball quickly upfield. Olsen there. Gets control. Tries to work it middle for McCall. Broken up. Greg Rochelle there for Lane, wearing number 2. Hernandez will call for it. Upfield, Osprey's looking for Escobar. Now Herrera. Ball tipped around. Mendez to the turf, a little frustrated, manages to get back up though. Herrera. Escobar. Escobar going to try to run it down over into the corner. And it is taken away by Rochelle. About a minute and a half plus stoppage here in the first half. Jeffrey delivers it upfield. Fletcher finds the seam. Herrera back to Fletcher. Kicks, tries to work it interior for Escobar, who can't quite get there. McMahon. Rochelle there up the sideline. Broken up, though, by McCall. Nice play defensively there. Latinovich with the deflection. Heads out of bounds, and when it goes to that side of the field, it goes way out of bounds. Over that fence is a road. If somebody hits it just right, play is stopped for a while. McMahon with a deep kick. Fletcher there with the defense, however. Titans on the attack. Coleman King into the match, wearing number 20. Fletcher there, nice clear. Upfield for Herrera. Herrera with help coming. McCall there. tries to deliver, can't quite get there in time, and it ends up across the line where it'll be a Titan goal kick. In stoppage time now for the first half. Fletcher and Olsen back there. McCall, the intended target. Titans, the Ospreys, I should say, get it back. Mendez switches it. Left side, Ospreys go. Herrera got two men on him. Tries to work it across. Martinez is over there. Mendez, quickly up it goes. Looking for Escobar, and the whistle sounds. So we've got one half of soccer in the book. John L. Scott's scoreboard showing Lane Community College 0. The Rogue Ospreys 0. We'll take a quick timeout. And when we return, we'll be back with the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. Following these messages, you're watching coverage of NWAC soccer on TableRockSports.net.
Dear Dad, today was hard. You know how much I love you, and you know how much I love sports. I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love to play, and I love my team. I want us both to enjoy the game, win or lose. But we can't if you always lose your temper. I hope you can cheer for me and the other players. It's about more than just the score. It's about us all enjoying the experience. I hope you can join me for my next game. I really want you to be there. Love, Katie.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind, or discovering a place that feeds your hunger, where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore? So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Scoreless ball game thus far. Today's halftime report is brought to you by Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Fall Recreation Guide is out. Did you know it's full of classes and activities for our friends 55 and older? Visit playmedford.com or call 541-774-2400 to learn more. Jim McCoy with you on today's call, and now joining me at halftime is the athletic director for Rogue Community College, Darren Van Leen. Welcome, Darren.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, I tell you what, we've kind of gone from the frying pan to the fire. I know that the teams, our fall teams, have been training during the course of the summer, but suddenly now, as it is for the men's soccer program, they've had, 3 scrimmages a couple of 4 non-league games, and here they are now in their first league contest. The women's volleyball program has been quite busy as well. As a matter of fact, thinking about Labor Day weekend, both the teams up in the eastern Washington, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area for some stuff.
Yeah, it was great to see both teams in the same area able to come out and support each other while they were there. And for men's soccer, it was great to see the turnaround after stumbling a little bit out the gate. They had 2 competitive teams and fought through some adversity, put in some goals, and got some wins, and really gave them the confidence they were going to need to come in today and start with a strong front for the season.
Well, and then we expected a defensive match from Lane Community. It seems like no matter where you go, they've got numbers defensively against you at all times. And I just remarked, and Greg talked about it this morning, that the games have always been close between these two teams.
Always been close. I think last year almost every game came down to within the last 10 minutes a goal was getting scored for the victory. So did expect this. Honestly expected probably a goal from each team in the first half, but strong defenses both sides. We managed to stay off their attack here and got a good couple of chances at the end of the half. So I expect another probably low scoring but competitive second half.
Well, I got to imagine, and of course you see it as an athletic director, but for all of our coaches, you're talking about a 2-year program versus a 4-year. We think about the team that had a historic run last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going to the Final Four, but a lot of those guys gone, and now while you have 12 sophomores on your roster, that means still in terms of some important roles on the team, you're trying to incorporate some new faces.
Absolutely. With a 2-year cycle makes it really challenging. COVID actually gave us a little bit of a blessing there with the free year that everyone got. So it gave us that core you mentioned that was able to stick around for a 3rd year and really helped drive the next level of our program getting to the Final Four. But with almost half the team returning from last year, they know what it's going to take and what it is going to require to get back to that level and to compete at that level. And they're passing those lessons along to the young guys. And in our 8th year now, Greg has built a culture that kind of expects this kind of level of competition, and it's great to see it getting passed down from year to year.
Well, you mentioned opportunity, and I'm thinking about so many of these guys that maybe when they were in high school about 2 or 3 years ago that they may have been looking at perhaps going outside the area to go play ball in college, but so many programs found themselves in a situation where they said, we've got a number of seniors getting some extra eligibility and so forth, so there's really not any opportunity at this time. And I can remember years back, predating intercollegiate athletics at Rogue Community. What a great opportunity this is for somebody to get the first couple of years of college under their belt and get an opportunity to play and not only be on a team, but get some playing time and continue to develop.
Yeah, you nailed it. The playing time is one of the biggest things at this level. Obviously everybody is looking for the highest level of competition, but one of the things we talk to our athletes about is just making it into any college program means you're in the top 5% of high school athletes. 95% of them typically don't play. So coming to a program like Rogue in the NWAC, you're going to get a lot of playing time, a lot of good quality college tape, prove yourself in the classroom, and create a lot of opportunities for yourself to transfer on to the next level.
Well, and then college is not an inexpensive venture.
No.
If you're looking at, it's crazy for me to look at back in the day when I was going to SOU back in 83, 84, how inexpensive that was then. But all that's gone up all around across the country. I think especially for that athlete who maybe says, I haven't really settled in my head where my life is going to go after college. The general education requirements you got are pretty much going to be no matter where you go, and you get a chance to do so affordably while still having a great experience, and especially in some of the cases, some of the local guys get to do so close to home.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to continue playing the sport that they love while they're getting that next level of education. Like you said, Rogue is one of the highest succeeding transfer students programs in the state of Oregon. Our students typically do the best comparatively to other community colleges when they transfer on, so you're getting quality education at the most affordable price you can get these days, an opportunity to play and continue with the sport that you love. And especially for us as we're building our program, 8th year, as I mentioned earlier, our goal is to try to keep expanding so we can offer more opportunities for local athletes. That's a big part of our program. At least 60% of our program is from the area every year. and we're just giving more opportunities for these kids to come out and play.
What's amazing to me is the number of guys that you've successfully recruited from other areas. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're a heavy presence on the roster, but you look at it, I remember last year, I think it was, 4 guys that you had from Hawaii. This year you had some young women that came in to play volleyball that come from the islands. And then think about some other guys, a couple of brothers in from Florida and stuff like that. And it's interesting because it's one of those things that maybe on first glance, especially for somebody here local, that's not necessarily something you would expect.
Yeah, especially with the newer program and bringing it in. I think this year we're representing seven different states, and in 2019 was our most. We had 11 different states represented.
Wow.
The Hawaiian connection is really credit to our volleyball coach, Christine Nelson. When we launched that program, she came in, she knew a coach, and we kind of started building relations, and this year almost 25% of our program comes from the Hawaiian Islands. They're a great resource. They get great in-state tuition here, and they're always looking for somewhere to play. And then the Florida brothers is our 4th set of athletes from Florida. The first kid just kept saying, hey, you need somewhere to play. This program in Medford is good. They want guys to come out there. And this year we got a couple of brothers because of Luis Mercado, who was on our program last year. So just trying to keep our name out there and willing to take anybody who's willing to come in and put in the work and try to chase that opportunity. Well,
I think one of the things that's great to see, we're talking about the volleyball program that's been in existence since 2019, and of course both Coach Nelson, Coach Millick, and then some other coaches prior within the RCC program have been coaching at the youth level around here, so developing those relationships here at the local level has no doubt been key.
Absolutely. Growth. Yeah, the club scene here is a big part of our getting our name out there locally, but also, like you mentioned, Coach Millick, Coach Nelson, coaching club. I think Greg has a couple players on his roster. He's been coaching since 8th grade, in the club scene. So part of that is his longevity is now he's bringing guys in who understand the style of play he's looking for, and it's a little less of teaching the whole program every year. So that embedded in the community, bringing in the locals, teaching the style of soccer, working with high school coaches, and trying to build up the community. It helps everyone here, but it also helps us and to create better athletes and better opportunity.
Well, one of the things I'm looking forward to as the volleyball team gets into league play, not only have we been doing the video stream for today's contest, and we'll continue to do so here on Table Rock for their home league matches, but looking forward to shining a little bit of light on the volleyball program that has had its own successes, and they're coming off of finishing off their run up north on a high note.
Yeah, they 4th year of their program this year. They started off by winning region championships year 1 and year 2, and last year 3rd year in the playoffs and finished in 9th place overall. So hoping for another great season out of them, another competitive season. Excited to have you guys on board to help bring up the quality of streaming for that event as well, and really just bring up the quality of Osprey's athletics in total here.
All right, Darren, well, we appreciate you coming by and joining us, and certainly look forward to talking with you in the future about some of the great things that are going on at Rogue Community College. Certainly for those that may have high school athletes here locally that are thinking, or even if they're not local, really, if the opportunity of playing at Rogue sounds appealing to you, go check them out, Rogue Community College. Darren Van Leen, Athletic Director, thank you for coming up today.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, and thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. The Ospreys and the Titans locking horns in a scoreless first half. And at least it looks like thus far, if there are substitutions in the match, I'm not seeing them as of yet. Ospreys now moving right to left here in the second half. Cruz for Lane. Rissick back for Rochelle. McCole trying to break it up. He's successful. Inside for Herrera. Herrera looking upfield. He has a man, Escobar, who's been the lone sub of the match for the Ospreys. Olsen looking for Herrera. Now Escobar going to try to run it down, but it goes out. Second half just getting underway. See the Ospreys bench getting some athletes warming up. Temperature here in Medford as we start the second half. Try to look that up for you. Escobar there on the left wing. Little fancy footwork there. Tries to work it inside. Coming away. Little foot race between Mendez, and there to break it up is Fletcher. 88 degrees right now at the start of the second half. Olson tries to lead Martinez there. Just a little bit long on the touch. Latinovich surveys the field, has Cruz there. Bliss, and then it is broken up by an Osprey defender. Olson goes right. Switch it over, left side, Barrios. He gets the angle there on Cruz, but it's broken up. Rochelle there for the Titans. Hanamoto there is number 9 for Lane Community College. Latinovich, inside it goes for Cy Bliss. Bliss, South Eugene product. Ospreys with the takeaway, upfield it goes. Escobar's there. Has help on the way. There's Escobar. And he tumbles over McMahon. Olson there for the Ospreys. Stemming the flow. Air quality index remains at the moderate reading of 71 here in the second half. But what you see out there, we got a little bit of cloud, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of sun. Somewhat uncharacteristically warm weather for Medford in September. But it seems like any more of these days, you find that there really is no usual for Southern Oregon. We'll get all 4 seasons all in one day. Fortunately, the elements cooperating enough for us to get this match in. Osprey free kick. Has a couple of tall players in McCole and Olson there in the middle. The kick. McMahon there with the catch. And he looks upfield. A long kick up the field in the direction of Hanamoto. free kick for the Titans. Kick towards the center. Heavy deflection. And it'll be Osprey ball. Fletcher, a little back and forth with his goalkeeper. Now field Olsen, but Rochelle is there. Work it upfield. Kubo with the defense. Ball deflects off of him. Ospreys with the clear. Escobar making a run for it. Competing with Labano Taro. Ospreys throw. Offside call against the Rogue Ospreys. McMahon with the service. There's Cruz along with Barrias. Now Bliss with it. Bliss. Little slide tackle job there by the Ospreys. That's an interesting call. It looked to me like that there was no contact over there, that he got tripped by the grass. But the official sees it differently. My vote doesn't count. So we're looking at a penalty kick. So it'll be Yamaguchi. Versus the Ospreys goalkeeper Hernandez. And he bangs it home. Titans get on the board, breaking the stalemate, making it a 1-0 ball game on a penalty kick. So now the Ospreys find themselves chasing the game here in the second half. Plenty of time, though. We're just into the 56th minute of the match. Ospreys with the throw. Ball out of bounds. Try to inbound. Lands in the middle. There's Martinez for the Rogues. He'll go ahead and boot it out of play and then bring it back across field. Looking over in the direction of Albert Barrias. Barrias with the throw. Looking for Escobar. Escobar. A little 1-on-2. looking for a call, not going to get one. Cruz. And Brinkerhoff, Cody Brinkerhoff into the ball game. Wearing number 6. Martinez. Upfield it goes. Bliss, but it's taken away by the Ospreys. They'll switch it. Upfield now it goes for Barrios. Now in the middle. Martinez, McCole, but there to meet him defensively is Dan Latinovich. Dane Kubo, one of those players from Hawaii that we were talking about earlier, looking for Brinkerhoff. Martinez! And he scores. Martinez with the nice finish to level up the game at 1 apiece here in the 59th minute of the match. So the Titans get on the board first, and then the Ospreys with the answer. Mickey Redondo, Eagle Point product, checking into the ball game as a midfielder for the Ospreys. Upfield, lots of speed there by Michael Holden. Brinkerhoff there to break it up. Ball across the face of the goal. It goes out of bounds. Going up the sideline, Bryce McCole. He has Escobar on a wing. Foul call there. Referee, he's going to show the yellow card. To the Titan defender. Cameron Jeffrey, looking like he'll be on the receiving end of the call. Now getting ready to take the free kick for the Ospreys. Mendez. Then down to his left, he has Albert Barrios. Mendez, lefty kick, pops it up. Whoa, taking a big tumble there, but managing to hang on is McMahon. Latinovich back there. Athletic play, though, by McMahon. Fletcher deflects it. Boreas up the field here on the near sideline. Now a big boot cross field that goes to Kubo. Kubo for Redondo. Now Brinkerhoff. Martinez there and there with the shot. They're going to call offsides. One ball game. A little bit of drama here in the second half. High kick there, but Hernandez there with the clear. Now the big boot upfield. Martinez trying to run it down. Martinez and Holden. A couple old Rogue Valley Timber teammates. Osprey throw. Brinkerhoff there has it taken away from him. Redondo fights for it. A little push in the back there. Call against Pindell and the Titans. The result, a free kick. Mendez will take it. Mendez pops it up high. McMahon there. Clears it out of harm's way, and up the field it goes for Cruz. Pindell, he'll lay it off for Bliss. A little foot race going on. Coming off his line is Hernandez to clear it away. Ospreys dodge a little danger there. Coming out of the match, Taro comes out. Have Mendez fighting with it for it with a couple of Titan players. Up the field it goes now. They'll try to tap it inside. Bliss is there. Back there with the defense. Rogue able to clear it out of harm's way. High kick just over the bar. 66th minute of the match. Intensity definitely is picked up here in the second half. Yamaguchi scoring on the penalty kick with Martinez with a nice solid shot on goal to bring it level. Ospreys thought they had the go-ahead, but an offside's called against Rogue. Fletcher with the ball. Up the field he goes. Escobar trying to fight for it back. Pindell with it. Work it back now for Latinovich. Little diagonal pass over the direction of Holden over on the far sideline. Brinkerhoff there fighting with them. A wee little bit of push and shove. Nothing too serious, but serious enough that the Ospreys will be called for the foul. Meanwhile, to our right, Reese Fletcher being tended to. Hot day like this, cramping can often become an issue. As the players start running out of fluid, our temperature here in Medford right now is 90 degrees. Substitution into the ball game. He hasn't turned his back to us yet, so try to get a good read on that number. Free kick. Hernandez there. Upfield he goes, looking for Escobar. Down in the corner. But there is McCole. McCole, a little bit of footwork there. And we got a foul call against the Titans. Bryce McCole trying to make his move. Gets tangled up with the defender, and we're looking at a penalty kick. Go-ahead opportunity for the Ospreys. Bryce McCole, wearing number 10. Mano a mano against McMahon. And he buries the kick. Give you a little chance to take a look at that. I got the wrong one there. My apologies there. But anyway, the Ospreys go ahead 2-1 here in the 70th minute of today's match. But this one far from over. Into the ball game, wearing number 7 for the Ospreys, Johnny McCoy trying to control it. McCoy, 1-on-2. And he'll tap it back. For his teammate back there for the Ospreys is number 18, Sam Edwards. Local from South Medford on the comeback trail after suffering a major knee injury in high school. Ball upfield. It lands, McCoy, and we also have Hensel fighting for it. Cruz, McCoy gets it away. Now Barrios, say he touched it last. So less than 20 minutes left in the match. Looks like they're going to have a little water break here. That will give us an opportunity to recognize our sponsors. Our score from Lithia and Driveway Field, number 10, it is the Ospreys 2, The Titans won. Stick around, though. We got a lot more coming up right here on TableRockSports.net.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Fuel up for your race day adventures with Pinnacle 365. Hit for your early morning caffeine fix to help you get off to a good start and be rewarded with free motivation. Stay hydrated as you ride into Turn 2. And if fountain drinks are your thing, get your 6th free. Add Crunch to your lunch as you head into Turn 3. Fuel up for the remainder of the race with your Peak Rewards app and save at least 16 cents a gallon. Your daily journey to the winner's circle starts at Pinnacle 365.
20 minutes to go. Thanks to our sponsors for powering our athletic stream action, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 locations to serve you. Ball upfield. Martinez tries to run in on it. There to grab the deflection is Randy Rodriguez, up to McCoy. McCoy going along the left wing, works it across, nearly gets it to go, but it's deflected out of bounds. Ospreys looking for a little bit of insurance, and not a bad idea considering how this match has gone. These two teams always play each other tough. For the Titans, their 3rd match of the season, coming in at 1-1. For the Ospreys, including the scrimmages, this is their 8th league opener for both teams. Redondo with the ball, looking for McCoy. McCoy can't get a foot on it, but he's going to chase it down. Over there to meet him is Latinovich. McCoy. A little step over action. Now for Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff back to McCoy. McCoy looking for Cody again. Ball scoots away. And here at the 72-minute mark, it'll be Titan ball in a tight 2-1 match. Rodriguez with the takeaway, going against Holden. It'll be Osprey ball. There are a couple old Timbers teammates also out there on the field, guys who played together for a period of time. Carson Pindell, also a part of that Timbers team, along with Johnny McCoy and Victor Martinez. Foul called against the Titans. There on the turf, springing back to his feet, Randy Rodriguez. McCoy, who scored the opening goal in the Saturday victory against Spokane with the free kick, left footer, loops it in. A lot of traffic there in the middle, and it floats harmlessly away where the Titans get it back. Tristan McMahon, the goalkeeper today. Loneliest job on the field out there. Cruz trying to control it. McCoy there. Now to Barrios. McCoy. Nice little back kick there, back heel kick by Martinez. Martinez, a very creative player. Latinovich takes it away. Foul call to the chagrin of Walter Russell. Free kick, Herrera. Looking upfield, that's Kubo. Taken away by the Titans. And like I said, no matter where you go, it seems like there's always two blue shirts. Meanwhile, counterattack, looking for Pindell. The Ospreys stem the tide. Sam Edwards, 6'2", making use of some of that height. Herrera over there, fighting for it, gets a little help up. Titans. Corner kick. I believe that's Hanamoto over there in the corner. Ball skitters across the face of the net, goes out of bounds. You may have heard our halftime interview with Rogue Community College Athletic Director Darren Van Leen talking about some of the struggles the Rogues had in the NWAC friendlies. One of the problems they ran into was opponents scoring on set pieces. They've managed to avoid that thus far today. As a matter of fact, in the last 2 or 3 games, it seems like that's cleaned up. And then in talking with Coach Greg Millick this morning, thought maybe early on in the season, after the scrimmages, there might have been a little bit of a nonchalant attitude among the team and that they weren't ready for the tough competition that they would get up at the NWAC friendlies, but they seem to have bounced back from that. And he says they're playing with the right attitude. Brinkerhoff there quickly rises to his feet, dishes it off. Taken away by the Titans. But the Ospreys managed the clear. Martinez there, fighting for the ball along with Coleman King, who was in the ball game. .22 left to go in the match. Ospreys with a tenuous 2-1 lead. Hernandez with the clear, up to McCoy on the left wing. He'll tap it back with the man on. Barrios. Man coming, Hernandez will have to get rid of it. Maybe a little bit of a dangerous play there by the Ospreys. Fight there in the box for the ball. There's Pindell for the Titans. Back there defensively for Rogue is Francisco Berboa. Known as Chino to his teammates. McCoy with it. Gets a little defensive pressure. Edwards. Now Barrios. I'll go ahead and keep that to the sidelines. Brinkerhoff. Nice kick there, kind of a curveball. And McCoy And then Nicholas Hensel. Little battle for the ball there. A red card in the match against Hensel. I didn't see that coming. But now with the red card, Hensel will be sent off. And the Titans playing a man down. Let's just say in terms of the fight for the ball there, I've seen worse. But you get the feeling that there might have been something said afterward that might have played into that. Barrios feeds it back for Mendez. He'll switch it now. I believe that's Kubo over there. Back for Bosa. Long kick upfield for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he'll try to kick it across. Just misses it. Just hit that post on the far side. Brinkerhoff also there. But he couldn't nab it. Now Pindell with it on the attack. Kicks it long. Hernandez will smother it. Long kick upfield. You can see up there, Ospreys with numbers. Redondo, number 24, along with Rodriguez, Martinez. Coming off for the Titans is Cameron Jeffrey. Throw broken up by Bliss. Now to McCoy on the wing. Barrios. McCoy finds Brinkerhoff. But I like that the Ospreys keeping their passes simple, and in that situation out of options, so now an outfield. Nice defensive play by the Ospreys. Sam Edwards back there with a heads-up play. Hernandez serves it upfield. Brinkerhoff and Russell fighting for it. Over to the sideline for Yamaguchi. And a foul called against the Ospreys. League opening match in non-league play, the counters anyway. The Ospreys 2-2. The Titans 1-1. Free kick. Got a good leg on it, but there Hernandez to meet it. McCoy punches it upfield for Martinez. Martinez gets up on it, off the left wing, and he hooked it. You can tell he was trying to kind of catch it and looking at that near post, but couldn't get it there. .83 minutes into the match. Ospreys up 2-1. Hernandez going to take his time with it, and that's kind of all a part of the game. He'll send it away. Trying to run up on it is Mickey Redondo. He turns on the afterburners. Ball remains in play. Up the left sideline go the Titans. Berboa there, along with Kubo defensively. McCoy there, and then we have Martinez and Latinovich trying to fight for the ball. Bliss there along with Mendez. Mendez manages to gain control. Redondo behind Rodriguez. He'll come back for it. There's Kubo there. It is tipped away by a Titan defender. Bliss. He'll dish that one off. A little bit of a trip there, they're going to call that. And rightfully so. Is it over for Fantino? Now back for Hanamoto. Rodriguez fights for the ball. This call is going to go against Rustle. Substitution of the ball game. Looks like we got Reese Fletcher coming back in. And Mendez will come out. Been a good team effort for the Ospreys today. Had the opportunity to call a lot of different numbers throughout the ball game. Barrios dishes off for Redondo. Back now for Fletcher. Berboa, Fletcher gets tangled up with a Titan man. Joe Hanamoto. Now Rodriguez speeds past his opponent. Looks for a man. Brinkerhoff trying to come away with it. Now it's the Ospreys on the move. You can see playing with some urgency there. Good heads-up play defensively in more than just the figurative sense. Now trying to run it down is Bliss. Barbosa's back there with him. And the ball sails out of bounds. Two-1 your score. Time winding down on the match. Titans trying to look for the equalizer. Throw in. There is Brinkerhoff. Ball out of bounds. Looks like it was last touched by the Ospreys, so it'll be Hanamoto there with a corner kick. Ospreys setting up defensively. Barbosa gets a forehead on that one, and off to the parking lot it goes. That one tipped away, so it'll stay down this way. And we have the equalizer. Just as time was beginning to wind down on this match, the LCC Titans level the game at 2. 90th minute of the match. Trying to kick it upfield is Edwards. Rodriguez. And that'll call it a match. I thought there would probably be a little bit more stoppage time than that, but apparently not. A little discussion going on between Coach Millick and the lead official. Seems like that was awfully close. Coach Millick, you can see talking there to one of his former players, Michael Holden, who now plays for Lane. But the Titans, who trailed for a goodly portion of the second half, right at the last moment of the game, able to pick away the victory and come away with a point. So as you can see on your RCC John L. Scott scoreboard, your final score, it's knotted up at 2 apiece. So with that, the Titans and the Rogues, the Ospreys, 0-1 to begin league play, a point apiece. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, and then when we return, we'll go ahead and do the final wrap on the game. The Ospreys and the Titans play to a draw. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one. Only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive U.S. Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back here at Lithia Driveway Field, today's final. It is the Titans 2 and the Ospreys 2. The difference maker to level the game was a score right in the last minute by the Titans after the Ospreys had led much of the second half. We'll remind you that once again we'll be bringing you RCC Ospreys soccer coming up a week from Saturday. Be sure to keep an eye out at TableRockSports.net. All league home matches will be video streamed right here. For my cameraman, Taylor Franklin, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for watching, and have a great afternoon.